Hey everyone, episode 182, we had the Senator, George, Con and Andrew back in the studio. Touched on a bit, split up in pretty distinct parts. The first part's about George's trip to Greece and Cyprus. Second part was about expendable income and things that we do for ourselves, and I can't remember what else delved into it, and self-improvement. And the third part, I actually don't remember, but I know it was about 3 hours of three distinct sort of topics. I do have an episode 181, which was recorded the day before that, but I left the damn files at the studio, so I'm editing this one and releasing this one first, so it's out of order. Too bad, so sad. You'll be fine. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Guys, if everyone that listened to this podcast without subscribing happened to subscribe right now and followed us on social media, we would click over 100,000 followers instantly. Of course, that is a lie, but I'd like you to do it anyway. So just do it. Enjoy.
There are improvement works ahead, so this train will terminate at the next station.
Fake news, sir. Fake news.
Oh, he's so serious.
How about that?
Are you Muslim?
He should have been slapped as a child. He's a spoiled little Greek brat who's probably been treated like a prince.
I'm not a crook. I've earned everything.
You can do this, yeah? Anywhere you want. What? Why?
He's a fucking idiot.
I love how
he's looking at me going, yeah, do it like this.
Do you know what I don't understand? This is what I understand.
My guitar.
Hang on.
It's all scratched up.
It's all scratched up. That shut him up. It's all scratched up.
I don't understand, alright? You've known me the longest out of anyone in this group.
Unfortunately.
You've helped me set this shit up. You've watched me build it.
Like malaka.
But you're the only one disrespecting the actual gear. These guys, some gentlemen, like Piripimeni, Taktopimeni, they come in, sit down. Hey, would you like some water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drops
you know
his
what I mean?
guts outside, yeah, it's
This
fun.
idiot, fucking grabbing the stand, talking shit.
Like he owns the place.
I gotta see your feet.
Oh, yeah.
Your legs.
So that's it.
Anyway.
Click it.
Are we okay?
Yeah,
Everyone comfortable?
We're good.
Right?
Well, thank you for joining me.
Is anyone, yeah? All right.
You're fucked. Firstly, I'd like to say welcome back to the Senator.
Thank you.
How was your campaign?
The campaign was...
You silly babies.
I've been thinking about that all week.
I am not a crook.
B-sides.
You fucking idiots.
Coming off the plane. Athens, like literally
He's waving. And then all of them are like, who's this malaka? Yeah.
Κύριε προχώρα μέχρι την έξοδο. Σε περιμένουνε.
He's got the tiny Greek little flag.
Που είναι λιμοζίνα.
How was the trip, man?
Trip was great.
Yeah?
Trip was really, really good.
Where'd you end up going?
Just to Greece and spent a week in Cyprus.
Cyprus?
Gibron.
Have you ever been to Cyprus?
Yeah, I went 32 years ago.
It's changed a bit since then.
It's changed a lot.
I'd assume.
It's changed a lot and for the good.
Where were you?
We stayed in Limassol, but our daughter-in-law, because she lived there, she spent a significant amount of her early years there, so she walked us around, and we got some good friends of ours that live there permanently as well. So between them, we got given a Rolls Royce of Cyprus. It was beautiful, and it's really, really beautiful.
It is. I went in 09-10, so that was in itself 14 years ago. So
You've been there?
Yeah. Yeah. I quit in 2009, man. Quit my job, sold all my shit, and I was literally moving there. And worked in Pan Out. Guy had gone with, was it just at the belly? I'm like, nah, stuff this. Like, I'm running out of money. I'm paying, this guy's sleeping in his uncle's house. I'm like, we need jobs, man. We need an apartment. Like, I can't let you coast. So it was Christmas Eve. I'm like, yeah, and I went to Greece. Ended up spending 3.5 months there. But I'm saying, I assume it would have changed a lot since then.
It has. There's a lot of infrastructure there. You know, there's a lot of Russian money, but there's a lot of Jewish money as well that have come in. Yes,
Jews.
yes.
Russians are always there because they had the gasworks there when I was there. They were building the marina. You know that big,
beautiful.
That was still in progress. Like they were just having the plans out.
That marina is just really, really nice. And on a hot summer's night, it's just chockers, absolutely chockers. The things that really were of note for me is that you've got the beach on one side and then you've got the British base on the other side.
Yeah, it's insane, huh?
Absolutely insane. And because of all the unrest and everything, there was a warship that had rocked into the harbour, and guys, I've never seen anything like it in my life. And then all the helicopters were doing exercises. They were doing exercises and all that sort of stuff, and you're a little bit intimidated. But for the
you're close to the action, man. You're being closer to the action than you ever have.
Cyprus is the most strategic island.
Yeah, because it's right at the hub of the Mediterranean.
That's right.
You can literally see Lebanon, Egypt,
it's all there, man.
It's right in the middle, and that's why it's very strategic, particularly for the Western world. So it was good to get a little bit of background about all that. We went up to north, up to obviously the
line.
Yes.
Did you cross over?
I crossed over it previously.
I did then as well. It was pretty cool. Like, it was exactly the same.
But the way that it is now, you see a lot of toing and froing.
Okay.
Which was interesting.
Have they built it up at all along the line? When I went, it was still dead. Like, there was all.
I didn't go right up to the line this time, but we went to the beaches in Panelists just a few kilometres before that.
Yeah. Did you go south of the island at all? Like along Chiti and Larnaca?
Larnaca we did.
Yeah. Is that still like palm trees, finicuas, whatever they call them? And
then we went past Buffalo as well to this.
Yeah, I did Buffalo too. Yeah,
Buffalo, and then there's another place there which is really touristy, absolutely beautiful, and it's clean, very, very clean, but humidity, forget it.
Yeah,
forget it. You were sweating bullets.
There was always thunderstorms when I was there, like literally mini cyclones because of the humidity. So, dude, I went in December and I was still wearing shorts and t-shirts and getting ice cream, but there were just storms, man. And one night, me and a mate, we put on a movie or something, just had some food, we stayed in, whatever. And the next day, everyone's come round, like, are you guys all right? Is everyone alive? I'm like, what happened? Fucking cyclone went through, like, the regional area, and it just somehow missed this one. We were in a town called Chivisili, this is Horio, Katikus, like 40, like tiny, yeah? And
42.
Yeah, legit. And we must have just missed the eye of the storm or something, because we were fine. And we went for a drive just around like a 1 to 2K radius, and it was all gone, like trees.
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean? And everyone's like, man, we couldn't get a hold of anyone. The phone lines were down. Like, we're fine. We're watching like a Van Damme movie.
Fair income. It was really nice. I'll give you a little story about the Platia, and just the nostalgia around it. That there was an ice cream van that our daughter-in-law and her family would often go in the summertime, and Shauna saw him and actually went to him, and this guy actually not just remembered her, because she'd been away now 10 plus years, but also remembered what type of ice cream she would eat.
Oh, man.
How good is that? That's good is
the love
that?
of the fucking job, man. That's
Cyprus is a choreo. The whole line is a big choreo.
Αυτό με έκανε εντύπωση εμένα.
Yeah.
Big time to say, look at and you're right, it's that village mentality, and everyone just knows everyone.
Yeah.
You go. There's no road maps or Google Maps. You go.
Sounds very similar to like Crete and stuff like
that. But what they
like
do, they say, the third factory on the right with where the shop is there, you turn right. There's no street names or anything like that.
Sounds similar to like
the third tree, just to the left.
Absolutely.
You'll see Barbayani taking a piss. That means take the low road.
Correct.
He literally turns right and you see the cunt just doing a piss, man. Like, what the fuck?
As soon as you see the dog, turn right.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off. Let me ask you a question. Along where Larnaca is, like, that whole coastline, did you go further south past it?
Give me
Like, say, from where Larnaca is, did you go further south along the coast?
You need to tell me some spots.
Like, Chiti is the next biggest town after that.
No, when you go to Chiti.
All right, Chiti and Chivisili are the next biggest ones.
I think so, anyway.
All right. The reason why I'm asking is every day we'd take that drive to get to Larnaca, and the whole road there was like a bombed out... Whose is that? Is that you?
No.
I'm going to punch you in the face. You come late... You come without gifts. You come wearing shorts.
Shut your dirty, horish mouth.
And his phone's going off every 2 seconds. Yeah. Everyone's checking.
Put it on
silent.
Mine is done, mate.
Where's your fucking 52-inch fucking?
yeah.
I didn't want to scare you, so I thought I'd leave it at home.
I am missing that tablet.
Actually, you're right.
I was going to say...
He has to put all 4 seats down just to get it in.
has to remove the spare tyre because it's too much weight. Okay, no. Seriously?
I worked with a bunch of clients.
Wide load at the back.
Off balance, holding the fucking thing.
All right, stop. And I just remember that road. It was unsealed for most of it, and there were buildings that looked like they'd been bombed out, like in Baghdad, like all the way along there, like old farm pastures. Whose is that?
I put my phone on silent too.
So why would that come up?
No idea.
How do you
Oh,
get out
there
of
it
bed
is.
there?
What a mess.
What a mess.
Comes from the mess.
Anyway,
Unmitigated catastrophe.
I just remember that road, and it was full clapped out Horafia houses that like had been left in disrepair. They looked like they'd sunken ceilings, like all that sort of shit. And I want to know if it's been developed now.
Can't comment. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's funny enough, I actually was speaking to a crowd mate, and he was saying that some parts of his dad's village, the same thing, they've actually left ruins there. Like, as I'm not sure if they actually left it there because of like the wars they had in previous years, but
I'm sure they weren't always ruins.
No, obviously not. But they actually didn't rebuild it just as like a memory, by what I understood. So it was just they've been rebuilt. No, they haven't even rebuilt. They actually left it as it is, as ruins. They never actually rebuilt them.
Did they build around them?
They
Or were they
built
just
around
sleeping
them.
in the
I think
grass?
no, they built around them, but they actually just left some of it as it is for many years until now.
This was like clapped out houses and sheds, like in the
so
middle
this
of
is
fields.
Just
it's
shells.
not like
Just shells.
Just
Yeah.
dilapidated.
Bad, yeah. And we always passed them, like, it felt like we were in Baghdad. Like, this is so weird, because it was like stone houses with, like, you know, no roofs and walls missing. Literally looked like a
World
wall.
of Warcraft just got the
Yeah, and it was all fields. But
Yeah.
the beach, it was all beach as well, yeah? Because everywhere in Cyprus is a beach. Like,
Yeah.
you can't go mainland. Mainland is like 4Ks, you know?
And the
Was it
other
that
thing
small?
about Cyprus,
Is it tiny?
when you get it, when you go and you get entertained, you eat. If you don't eat, they get offended.
Oh, yeah, well,
And you take, like,
that's Crete.
You
Crete as
eat
well.
and
Dude,
then eat.
it was
Fine,
fun.
Daddy, good morning.
Correct.
It was
and
so
you,
fucked.
And you eat. But the philoxenia, 100%.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
More so than
Man,
Greece.
it seems like it's very similar to like Crete, like the way
Their culture, they are
the culture,
similar.
because
Even
it's
their dialects are similar.
small. It's small, very. They'll invite anyone from the street to like come for a bite to eat.
Beautiful
shit
time.
like that, yeah.
You know, for me personally, and I know I speak on behalf of Georgia and Nick, we had a wonderful time there to be able to, and especially I must perpatani dopi.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Must perpatani dopi. You have a.
How'd you go with the accent? The language? Because it's another language. It's not Greek.
You concentrate.
That's the only way.
You really have to
Yeah.
concentrate.
Like, I was like,
You get, like-
zoned in. The first guy I got, when I got off the plane at the airport and the first guy said something to me, I missed it. And I'm like, I was like 25. I'm arrogant thinking, yeah, I don't speak Greek. What's the big deal? I do with Kipre here anyway. The second the first guy said something to me, I just spaced it. I'm like, what? So he's repeated it. I'm like, yeah, man. And I kept walking.
Just the memes. It's got like E equals MC squared. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
What did you say?
Do you know what the problem was? Is because I was staying with a mate. It's not like I went to a hotel, got to chill out and just sort of get in the zone and figure it out slowly with like the receptionist and then whatever. I go to the periptero, buy a pack of darts and like, oh yeah, cool, this is what it is. We went straight to Chivisili and I was thrown in with locals from the get-go. And these guys are just talking full village spec Kipreka. And I was just like, what, man? Like, I had no idea. It took me about 48 hours, 72, to acclimatise to the language.
My son had two hits at it because the first time when we were there, and then they had a second stint because our daughter-in-law was a Gubara, and man, I think he's mastered it.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
Because Shauna's grandpa, they stayed there for a little bit, and then there was the local cafeteria where they'd go and watch the Champions League and the local soccer and all that sort of stuff. And what's that thing that they drink? What's the Cypriot?
Zivanya.
Zivanya.
Yeah.
Zivanya. Yes.
That's brutal. That's moonshine.
It is brutal.
Yeah, okay. Is it like similar? Like, is it like a?
It's like a
Tipuro,
rakia tipuro, but
Yeah.
it's fucking.
What do they use staphylia for that or not? Something different?
I don't know.
I've got no idea.
No, I can't remember. But the guy I went with didn't drink. So every time we'll go to his relatives' houses or out to dinner, it's like, no, I'm not. He'll drink it. I'm like, what? So I'm fucking, every time it's like, have a shot.
He'll drink
Oh,
it.
you're all boozy.
I was cooked, man. Some of these nights, I was legit cooked. And they're speaking as well, so you're trying to not be rude, you're trying to pay attention, but I'm like half cut. And we're in the car, and I'm literally like, dude, just get me home, man. Like, I'm fucked. I just want to shower and go to bed. Like,
Yeah, but no, Philoxenia, and overall, that component of the trip was great. And Greece is Greece. I mean, it's fantastic. You know.
personally, I rate Cypriot food as probably one of my favourite cuisines. In
Did you
Cyprus,
have the
especially.
I don't think I've actually
Shiftalis.
ever
Oh.
eaten Cyprian food, like ever.
Yes,
Why not?
It just never came about.
Oh, you haven't tried it?
No, I don't. Is there much difference?
Yes.
Shiftalias and flaunas, man.
Flaunas
Kupes
are beautiful. Oh, yeah.
Flaunas are like pitis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think never.
Kupes are like kibbe, like the Arabic kibbe, where it's like it's like a
No.
no. It's like a pocket. It's like a hot pocket, but with mince and shit in it.
And shiftalias are like sausages.
like a calzone.
It's like a calzone.
The
Yes.
Cretan.
Yeah,
but it's
similar.
got like ricotta. It's like a hot pocket. But
Yeah.
with like
It's similar.
feta and stuff.
But it's deep fried.
Hello, Shiftalias.
Yeah.
It's like a breaded,
Same.
deep fried
Same.
sort of
know,
way thing.
Poppadoms.
You know what we do around, as you know,
Yeah, literally, we're talking about Greece, Cyprus, India.
around Christmas time, we bring Shiftalias to the table. Oh, they're just absolutely off the charts.
After, hit you up on
There's
that.
there's Cypriot restaurants in Melbourne, man.
They're beautiful.
It never just came about. Like, I've never been to a
Yeah,
Cypriot
okay.
restaurant, man. Like, Dilsupo.
We
had a friend who's passed away now. He used to do a lot of shiftalias for us. He was a Jibril.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Chimbrel.
Yeah.
Dude, the dialect still, and every village would have a different dialect, man.
Yes.
My mate was explaining it to me, and he was giving me like real time examples of like just phrases. He's like, "This is different in literally a 4-kilometer radius from here. You're gonna find it at least 7-8 times."
Yeah, dialects.
He goes, "Don't knock yourself out because half the time these idiots don't understand each other either. So don't stress."
and let me say, the right hand drive is always advantageous as well,
Oh yeah.
because
Oh, because
It's the same. It's a British system.
It's
the
the
Brit-
anglicised though. Yeah,
that's right. And I think it's only in England, in
Japan.
Cyprus, Japan,
and Australia.
I think South Africa too.
Oh,
Yes, possibly.
Possibly.
Hey, I'll look it up. Wait a second.
I know it's Japan. You got England, Cyprus, Australia. I don't know if they
Anyone
said that.
says Japan, I've just hear this Japan. Street Fighter 2.
Fight! Which country drives on the left? Oh, hang on. Okay. 35% of the world's population drive on the left. Japan,
5%.
Cyprus,
Yeah.
Ireland, most of the English Empire countries. So England,
yeah.
Australia, New Zealand, number of African countries, and Malta.
Malta,
Indonesia.
really?
There you go. That's a good trivia question.
How are you driving on the left hand, the right hand side? Like, how are you guys?
Look, it took.
Never done it.
kidding.
I must say, it was like lambs to the slaughter. So there was a
Slaughter. Fighting your daughter.
I was given the vehicle. There was a guy there, and he said,
Sounds like this guy's taking his pants off, man.
I know. He
Yeah.
goes, follow me,
Represent.
Jim. And he goes, follow me. And here it is. And I've got the gear stick because it was a manual as well. So you've got the gear stick on your right hand instead of the left hand.
Where were you? In Greece?
In Greece.
Okay.
But once you get over the initial shock, the important part is, and what we did, because I just about did the whole of Peloponnese in the car.
Oh, nuts.
But I had Georgia in the car sitting at the front, and she was the navigator. So if I was looking right, she'd look left, and vice versa. And that helps a lot because there are no rules.
Well, don't forget, mate.
No, it's Thunderdome, yeah.
But the freeways down the Peloponnese, oh my God, they are absolutely beautiful.
They've redone
Really?
it. They've redone it all.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like we took a trip on the way back. We took a trip through Kalamata. We went through Pirgo, and then we went through Tripoli and through the mountains, and to get to Nafplio and to get to Argos.
Yeah.
Absolutely spectacular,
See,
guys.
all those areas are like my hood, yeah? My mum's from Chorio up in Stymphalia, like so out of Nemea and Corintho. So it's peak.
Oh, up there, yeah.
So to get to
That's where George's mum, my Petharas, comes from there.
Yeah, exactly. So to get to Athens, if you want to do the scenic, you go through the mountains away you just described.
How good is Nafplio?
Oh, lovely, man. I actually spoke to someone today who's headed to Nafplio. They're doing a cruise and their end game is Nafplio.
Georgia has become the tour guide of all these areas because she goes every year and then everyone just gravitates to her and good on her and she walks them around all these beautiful spots and let me tell you,
it's old school, it's old world.
We were sitting at Tolo Beach, right? And outside of Georgia making us walk for 3,000 hours to find a car park and we were sweating bullets. Outside of that,
wait, why were you walking to find a car park?
Because when you get into, don't forget, there's no ciudad there.
No.
It's about where you dump the car. The only place that they couldn't park was in the toilet.
Yeah, you just pull up on the curb.
You see next minute, into the toilet.
Con, you got no idea, man. I'm telling you. You got no idea where these
Well, if I'm going to do
park.
Athens, I'm going to do it with this motherfucker because he might be coming with me anyway.
Athens is a challenge to drive in the heart of the challenge.
I'll be like, hey, Dim, here's the keys.
I drove in Greece. In Greece, I drove a car in Crete, and I think that's it. Oh, I think I rode a quad like in some of the islands. Yeah, I wasn't game enough to drive in Athens.
It's a challenge, but if you have two at the front, not doing black years, you can get.
I was bees dick away from. One thing I always wanted to do was do the drive from LA to Vegas. Like I really wanted to do that. I wanted to like get like a sick like a Mustang or something and just do it. But fucking when I was about to get one, that bricks. I'm like, no, I'm gonna. I don't know. I think there's the highways and shit. I'm like, I bet you I'm gonna turn.
That's the easiest.
Highway driving is the easiest.
But you know, sometimes LA there, there's about like 16 loops. I'd go that way.
I did Vegas to San Fran to LA.
I think it's LA more.
We were driving, hang on, wait, America, we left Vegas, and my mate, who's a local, like an American, she drove, and we got to San Diego, we left San Diego, and we hit LA, and then once we got to LA, I said, look, she's been driving like fucking 2-3 days now, like, you know what I mean? Like, we've got to give her a break. So I got in the driver's seat, we got to San, one of those, like, after, what's the name of is it Malibu?
What?
No, where's
Malibu's in Florida?
No, not Malibu. Where's Charlie Harper? Where's his house by the beach in LA? Remember Charlie Harper from 2.5 Men?
Yeah.
By the by the beach. San something, right? There's I can't remember. Santa Barbara. That's what I'm thinking of.
Santa Barbara.
Yeah, we got to Santa Barbara out of the city. I said, all right, let's fuel up. I'll drive from this point on. And I drove to Salinas, which is like a rest stop, truck stop sort of little commune.
What does it sound like a Greek place, Salinas?
Yeah. And then from
at Santa Barbara.
Yeah. And then from there I drove to San Fran. But the highways are the easiest part. You just plant your foot, sit in your lane, and just go straight. Portugal was the same there. Portugal driving, Europeans in Portugal. You think Greece is fucked? Portugal. I was doing 160 on the freeway. 130 to 160. Cars were passing me like I was nothing. Nothing.
Nuts.
And then their off-ramps would come up like suddenly, and I'm like, fuck, indicate, just cut in front of someone. And if you weren't aggressive, you were dead.
The only thing you've got to get used to in Greece is that every few kilometres, tolls.
Oh yeah, if you haven't got a knee tag on your thing, you're fucked. Yeah.
Tolls. What a pain in the ass.
Like my old man, like obviously for like 25 odd years, man, it was 6 months here, 6 months there, so he would have to like do left, right, because we had a car there too.
Yeah, but dude, you're acclimatized, man. When I was in Bali, I got a bike, and that's on the wrong side of the road as well.
You'd be surprised. Like I was a little bit shitting myself. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But by the end, no problem. Yeah. Absolutely no problem.
The rules are the same. Like there's no different rules. Yeah. Like that's what you got to remember.
Or lack of, you mean?
Yeah. No, but I mean, like it's not like the rules change. You're just on the other side.
True.
So once you get your head around it.
It's not just the other side. It's obviously sitting in the wrong location.
Yes, but it's not like red means go and green means stop. Like it's the same rules. Nothing is different.
True. Going back to Tolo, the
good thing about before we go there, the good thing about Daytona USA is the gear stick was on the right.
Daytona, you're fucked. But the gear stick's on the left here.
No, I've got the one on the right in my one. Mine was on the right.
Yeah, of course it was in the game.
Yeah,
how's that a good thing?
Because you're actually driving this way. with the gear stick on the right.
Yeah, but in Australia, the gear stick's on the left.
Correct,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it actually trains you to drive in Europe and America.
Yes,
God.
they train
So
in
you-
USA.
So you're using your game as a sim.
Yes,
And it's not even a car simulator. It's not even a car simulator.
Yes, it
it's
is.
a racing sim.
You say what
Well,
you
you
want to
never know.
say.
He might end up on a racetrack over there.
Yeah.
He would have been he'd been a NASCAR for sure. Not like a classy Formula One, yeah.
But
NASCAR.
the Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Not the Tom
Yeah.
Cruise.
No, definitely not the Tom Cruise.
Talladega Nights. or
Talladega
whatever, yeah.
Nights.
You're not first or last. That's you. Like literally.
I want to say, shake and bake, baby.
Yeah. You're not a Formula One driver. There's no way.
Shake and bake, baby.
Anyway,
Anyway,
please, sir.
Dolor Beach, having the water, having trapezi and eating right next to the water.
Oh yeah, you got to do it. I did that in Turkey and in
That's nuts.
Greece, I think.
That is just total nuts.
Guys, reminiscing who's already looking at going next year.
Look, man, I went last year, and I'm pissed off I didn't go this year. I actively want to discipline myself to put
you've been to
aside.
other places,
One of the
though,
real
doesn't it?
pleasing
Yeah.
aspects. One of the real pleasing aspects that I found, particularly in this journey, was how well greeted we were
Generally, you are.
from the locals, because they understand. Locals have got it that the tourist economy and the tourist dollar, particularly from Tonellinetis Diasporas,
Yeah.
they're starting to acknowledge that, and it's comforting. It's
But
really
you know
nice.
what? It's also about time too.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Con, but I can't say the service was above and beyond.
Yeah, well, it never used to be like that. I mean, look, I could have had bad experiences, but man,
You-
the care factor. No,
Just
honestly,
your
yeah.
head walking in, they'd be like, "Fuck this guy, man. He looks like a problem."
It's just,
figure,
but
figure.
above and beyond.
I'd like to use your toilet. It doesn't work. Can I have a bottle of water? We've got none. What do you mean?
Hey, can I use your toilet? It doesn't work.
Glass of water. Haven't got any.
Click,
in the
click,
fridge.
click,
I want to
click.
speak to the manager. All right, where's the manager? He's in the toilet. He'll be back in a second.
He's having his water.
Yeah, 100%, man. They have to. They were losing ground on tourism for to other places.
I think a figure that was bandied around this year, I think 27
Something
plus million
stupid, man.
tourists. 27 million.
Yeah.
Is it like pretty much the highest it's ever been? You reckon?
Yeah, it is. They've been breaking records every year. When I went, it was the highest.
Yeah, I feel like every time I speak to Mum, like around this time, it's like, guess how many this year? I'm like, mate, probably more than last. Yes, isn't it? I'm like, fuck.
But do you know what it is as well? Because you actually get a bang for your buck as well when you go there. Because by hook or by crook, when you compare salaries and what earning capacities of what we do here and what happens there, for every $1 they earn or €1, I think we're earning 4.
Look, it's
relative. I mean, it depends where you go.
It's complicated because they look at us like we're millionaires, and we're not millionaires.
We're not.
Right?
We're not.
At the same time, our earning capacity is a lot higher.
Well, you have to be a millionaire to actually buy a house. So
But at the same time, we get taxed a lot more, and we have a lot more overheads than they do. Right?
100%.
They can go by in the week with a bowl of fasolia and 2 packs of smokes, and it's like, yeah, all right, like big deal. With me, it's like, how do I service my body corporate? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucked.
The overheads here.
Yeah, so-
and don't forget, there's not as many taxes, and I mean,
Nah.
a packet of darts there, I think is
Nothing.
€4.
I've said it. For $8 Aussie, when I got to Athens, I was at Monastiraki, so in the middle of the tourist hub, bought a pack of darts, a lighter, and a bottle of water with a €5 note, and I had change left over. So it worked out to like $8.40 or something. Dude, a pack of smokes here is $50.
Yeah.
And the rest, yeah.
But the difference is there, he'll smoke fucking 20 packs a day. You know what I mean?
They'll make the 50 on the one day.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Food wise,
I got into a lot of arguments with them, with like, not really my relatives, because they sort of get it, because they've got relatives here who they've had the discussions with. Got into a lot of indirect arguments with like locals. They were sort of testing it, and they're like, oh, you guys there, you work like slaves, you haven't got a life, this is freedom, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and most of the time I bit my tongue, right? It was only when a relo would say something like that where I'd be like, all right, malaka, I'm going to put you in your place. Yeah, you got freedom, yeah? You haven't got money to leave your house. You haven't got money to leave your choriyo. I've travelled from the other side of the world to come and see you. You know what I mean?
A number of times.
We
too.
did, I didn't find that. What I found was actually the reverse, in that there was an acknowledgement that we had the capacity to come and see them, because they don't have the capacity to go.
Do you know what I think it is? Maybe because you're older than me, man. You know what I got a lot? I'd try and tee up like episcopsy with people, and my family, bless them, are pretty good. I've weeded out the heads that don't have time to make the effort, right? Because I've been back and forth a couple times. I'd be 800 meters from their house, man, 500 meters, and be like, "Oh, come over and have dinner here." I'm like, "Listen, man, I don't even know where you live. First of all, you know what I mean. Secondly, why don't you come here?" Because everyone's coming here. It's too far. I've got work, this and that.
500 meters.
Dude, I legit heard the thing of, it's too far, we haven't got time. And one of them, I put in their place, I said, "Mate, I just flew like 24,000 kilometres to get here." "Oh, when are you going to come back? Are you for real? When are you going to come to Melbourne?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, over time, I just filtered out everyone. It's like, nah, man, this person won't come 200 metres to see me. Nah, I flew 24 hours.
One of the real highlights, we went to a wedding in Kalamata.
That'd be sick.
And it was.
Did you actually even know them though at all?
So here's the story.
Wedding crasher.
Have a listen to this story.
They told the bride and groom that we've got a politician coming.
This is a great story.
Bring out the babies.
He walks in. F-15's flying over.
You guys are fucked.
Ticker tape parade.
You realise that, don't you? You guys are fucked. Anyway, so we're in.
Senator.
We need to lower taxes.
Takes over the speech. Can we hear from the father of the bride? This guy just gets up.
We need to put money into the health system.
Don't worry, the father of the groom was one of those. Mate, did he take over? So we were in Athens, and Baos's godson, Giannopoulos' Con's son, who lives in Greece.
Yes.
He took us for a night, and
in Athens,
yeah. And it's interesting.
Where were you? Which part of Athens?
Just underneath the Parthenon, Ermou.
Oh, yeah.
So, and the beauty about the Doppio, there's the touristy part, and I kid you not, guys, 100 metres down, in some streets and everything, there's the locals and the local taverns. Meramente nichta.
Tsipuradica, yeah? With like the trapezi
Well,
out the front.
tavernas, Tsipuradica, you know. Anyway, so we plunk our asses there for the night, and Lab said that she had a cousin coming to join us at the table. No problem. So she came and joined us at the table, and we're having a smashing time. And then she turned around and says, "Padrevo to Yomu in a couple of weeks. We would love for you guys to come." And I was taken aback. I was thinking, "Hello, what are we doing? We're going to gate crash." But then, it
thought about the votes.
it gets a bit of momentum, and
you get some material printed up. Start handing out flyers.
It gets a bit. This cunt, forget it. He's a fucking idiot. He really is a fucking idiot.
We could really make a difference.
He sets up an A-frame, next to the list of the guests to the table.
You know what I'll do?
His photo, vote one. They just thumbs up.
Vote one for Jesus.
You know what I'll do?
No, vote one.
I'll put the A-frame on him. Imagine him walking around with the A-frame. You know those. Remember those malakas that would sit out the front with the pizza and the sign with the pizza. Yeah, I'll have him with my head on it.
The security guard next to him.
Yeah, the black sun, his black suit. Car exhaust backfires. Who is this guy?
Have a packet of sauce ready to wipe on the ear.
Tampon.
or no, hang on, what about the golf course?
That was yesterday.
That's another month.
Hang on, let me just sink this pot. But we do digress.
Fuck, man. So anyway, we'll get there.
We ended up getting an invite. So and we accepted it, and we trundled down to Kalamata with Labs and Labs' brother Peter, and we went to this wedding, Pedya, and it was just absolutely beautiful because it was a local. I'd never been to a local where το παιδί, ο γαμπρός Καλαματιανός και η νύφη Σπαρτιάτισσα.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, my God. The church, and funnily enough, μέσα στην Kalamata, we go to this church, unbeknown to me, and I look at it, and I say, I've got my late mum here. In fact, I'm for 100%. So I'm scanning through the phone, and there it is, my mum. So I got Georgia to take the same photo where my mum stood, my late mum stood, and I took the photo from there.
No shit.
At the same church?
At the same church. Freaky. I mean, it brought me to tears.
Yeah,
I kid you not.
Yeah, fucking no, man.
So we go to the reception, and the reception was outside. Watched the sun fall, and it was just absolutely spectacular. Mate, we left there.
Hang on, did I hear from you?
That was when I called you.
It's literally like 11 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah.
I'm looking, fuck. This is
No,
like
it's 12, actually. It was
just
5.
11:30, 12.
So it would have been like 3 or something
5,
over there.
3, 4.
Yeah, daylight savings, yeah.
5.
It's still going, man.
Yeah.
We're just gotten home.
Carry the one.
We had just gotten home, and I said, we've got to have something to eat, something to drink.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't just go straight
And
to bed.
it was, and I rang him.
Yeah.
There you going, yeah, fucking idiot.
I'm going for my morning perpatima.
Yeah, and I've just come home with a gut full of piss. But it was absolutely superb, and they make you feel so welcome.
Yeah, you're a distinguished guest. Like,
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Feel like a woman.
Hey, girls.
Is he? Can I ask? Is he on heat? Maybe. I have a firm view in my mind. That's why he's wearing the shorts.
He's presenting.
Ventilating.
I think he's on heat.
You're fucked, man. Let the man tell a story. Seriously.
I think he's finished.
Yeah, I think I am finished. But no, the bottom line is in Rome you do is what the Romans do, and it's just fantastic. And if you can assimilate and really take part of the culture, it's great. And the other highlight was I've got a 48-year-old niece that I'd been speaking to online for best part of 15 years.
Yeah,
and I met her face to face. In Kalamata.
Organised or?
Yeah, organised.
Yeah.
Organised.
Awesome.
I really wanted to see her.
That's cool.
And it was, I think social media caught it. It's on social media there somewhere.
Kala social media.
And, but it was, some of the real highlights. And if anyone does go to Kalamata, go to Kastraki. It's an absolute kick-ass bar. Beautiful. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll hit you up before we go, man.
I think that's what got me the most. It was the first night in Athens last year, and I hadn't been back in 9 years, yeah? So a lot of my nieces and nephews, that when I'd left, they were 4, 5, 3. Now they're 15, 18, 9. They're adults, right? When I was in Athens, the first night, got my cousin to take us out. And this is one of my cousins I do speak to often. Yeah, he's about 30. Nico's brother.
Oh, his brother, yeah.
His youngest brother. And so he's taken us out. And we hit a Tsipuradiko somewhere in the side street, exactly what you were saying, yeah? So we sit down, and the Tsipuradiko itself was either Cretan, I think it was Cretan. So it was a lot of, Cretan, Topio, just Mercedes and shit, yeah?
And just guys walking around with daggers in their belt.
And the mandillia, the dangles.
You're fucked. So the whole time we were sitting there, and it was just just keep it coming, yeah? So dish, beer, dish, Retsina, dish, beer. And we just did that for 4 hours, right? We were fucked. We were slaughtered. And while we're sitting there, my cousin's he goes, you know what? Such and such lives around here too. I'll call him. I'm like, whatever. And in the next, within the conversation, another kid rocked up who was actually my cousin as well. Another, my second cousin's first cousin from one of the other siblings. You know what I mean? And then when the night just took over, we went for a walk, found a club, whatever, this, that, and the other. And I actually got a photo of it. I'm sitting there with 2 of my cousins. One of them just walked in off the street because he was down the road. Do you know what I mean? And we ran into more people as the night progressed. They're all related to me. Do you know what I mean?
From my perspective, from my dad's side, my dad didn't have any siblings or anything here.
Yeah.
So all of his all of his siblings and cousins and all are in Greece.
Yeah, that's
Either
the
in
same with my dad.
Εμείς 15 Αύγουστο, we had 15 Αύγουστο at the village that I was actually, because I was born there as well.
Yeah, that would have been nuts.
And then we had people from the States, we had people from Amsterdam, we had people from, obviously from Athens, from local, and we had a trapezi, ρε παιδιά, I think it was 40 plus people. And these are the memories that you take with you. These are the moments, you talk about moments, these are moments and significant,
priceless, man.
Yeah, significant moments in your life. And we were very lucky in that we were able to have it with the two boys and with our daughter-in-law, and to be able to do that. You might not get that opportunity again, but we certainly seized the moment. And, for me, no regrets.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely no regrets.
I was trying to get my citizenship sorted out, and I've been going back and forth with the consulate. Like, they're fucking morons.
What, for dual citizenship?
Yeah, because automatically we're all Greek citizens. I mean, you were born there,
yeah.
But we're all Greek citizens by birth, right? Because our parents were born there.
Correct.
It's a birthright. What we need to do, because this is the process. We need to register our parents' marriage.
Yes.
At the consulate, so they can officially say, "Yep." Where did your parents meet, man? Here or there?
Here.
Here.
Yeah, here.
And so their marriage was never registered in Greece.
Not in Greece, no.
All you got to do is get a copy of the marriage certificate from BDM. It's easy. I got my parents' one. Just download it. I got a letter of authority from my mum. Uploaded it. Got the certificate 3-4 weeks later. Take that to the consulate. I'm at that point where I'm waiting for the consulate to. I had to make an appointment to take my mum with me to verify the fucking thing. Yeah, dude, I got to drag my 77-year-old mother to the consulate. You know what I mean?
Sometimes, because I got power of attorney, which helps.
Nah, I've got power of attorney, I think, from my mum as well.
Have you?
Yeah, and it doesn't. They want to see, because she's here, and there's no reason why she can't.
I told them, because I'm exactly where you are at the moment.
And so they made an appointment for 2025. Yeah, it's fucking Kalamata. And I've got to go in, register their wedding, and then make another appointment. Can't do it on the same day. Another appointment, another $200. Go back, register myself as like a child of these two people. So by that point, like it's all computers now. They register my parents' wedding into the Greek system. Then they basically attach me to that and say, okay, he's a child of that marriage of these people from Greece, and then you can apply for your citizenship. So we're automatically citizens, but it's going to be recognised.
What's the benefit? Just
when you're in Europe and you travel through with your Europass, makes a big difference.
You can get an ID card, like you're a citizen, man, as rights. Look,
health, whatever it is, you've got a lot. You do.
I think you get a pension as well if you really wanted to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking dirty.
I've got my tax file number.
No, I haven't got a TFN or anything like that, no.
Yeah. I've got a Greek tax file number.
When was the last time you've been, Andrew?
05.
Okay, so it's been fucking
20 years.
Nearly 20 years, yeah.
Yeah, I've gone in 9 and 14, and just in from 14 to 23, worlds apart.
Well, and when we weren't even planning to go. Jim and Annie were going, and then literally last minute, I can't remember how close it was, but not far away from when they were going. Vicky and Annie just out of the blue having a chat. She just turns to us and says, "Why don't you guys come with us?" She says, "I don't know." Then she told me, and I'm like, "Fuck it, if you want, let's just do it."
Yeah.
And bang, bang, bang.
How long did you go for?
I think it was a good couple of months. I think it was.
Couple months?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I had a lot of leave.
Yeah. Look, with me, like after last year's trip, I sort of got my back up and said, you know what, I need to make an active effort to go more, even if it's just 3-week stints.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 weeks is a good amount.
I went a couple of months.
I'm going more than 3 weeks, George. Don't fucking give me that.
No, I'm just saying that. Like, even if, life gets in the way, shit's expensive, I get it. But 3-week trip, if you pay between 15 and 2.5 for a ticket, if you budget for about $800 if you're by yourself or staying with family, you budget for between 8 to 1K a week, right? And that's like getting everything you want. That's like drinking like a malaka, eating like a fucking idiot, seeing a few things.
That's quite a bit. I mean, for Greek,
it's still, you'll come back with money. Like, you're not going to spend it all. And when you go there, the Philoxenia is insane. People don't let you pay for anything. I have to argue with relatives.
Well, there's a lot of ways you can do it. Look, as I said, we went last minute. So never budgeted anything. It was just, look, I'm glad we did it.
Yeah.
But looking back, and I don't care, I still don't regret it. I reckon we blew lots of money.
Oh, yeah.
But we never planned for anything. We just went,
We just did
went
it.
with the flow.
That's fine.
Whatever we did,
But
you know.
What I'm trying to say is, I think people here overcomplicate it, where it's like, oh, anything that's international past Bali or Thailand becomes like a thing. You know what I mean?
The only issue that you have is the travel time.
Yeah,
and then it's the jet lag.
Yeah,
they're
see,
they're
like,
the only two.
I
What are you
love
going to
travel.
do? We can't avoid it.
Correct.
I love the travel time because like, my phones get switched off. I
Yep.
just sleep, eat
True.
my peanuts.
Downtime.
Yeah.
And you do a word search.
Yeah. It's
so-
next door.
literally. Hey, sir, we ran out of booze. Get more.
And we had Vales, who came with us for the first time. He hadn't been back since 1993.
Oh, wow.
And he was
umming and ahhing and umming and ahhing.
And then I put a rocket up his ass.
Yeah.
He did.
And
Came with us.
He was happy with
He
it.
We had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
We had an absolutely wonderful time. So
Do you
the
reckon
next
he'll go again? Do you reckon he'll go again now?
he'll
Like
yeah, for sure.
2073?
Yeah, no. He'll definitely go. But the next guy that we've got to look at trying to get across is
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. The guy that's quiet all of a sudden, looking at the walls.
Who, me?
Yes, you couldn't be.
I'm not saying anything.
Me could have been.
not saying anything.
Yeah. Look,
Nothing at all.
He also. I know that he also wants to go to Japan as well. So
Yes. I would love to go to Japan. Actually, Coit says I was at a bit of a party, a lunch party thing.
a luncheon.
Now, listen, our neighbour, she passed away, and her son, who lives in Port Melbourne, he held, because he knew that we looked after her and she looked after us.
Who was that?
Literally across the road from my house.
The one with the nice garden at the front?
Yeah, nice lady. Her name was Beryl. She passed away. And so the kids, they wanted to, I don't know, thank us, whatever you want to call it, because she spoke a lot about us to them. And so he did a luncheon for us at his, it's literally like a penthouse. He's got a...
nice.
Port
Where does he
Melbourne
live? What's his name? We need something for
Scott,
someone,
his
man.
name's Scott. Anyway, so we're up there, beautiful view, everything, you know, we're chatting, and his partner says to me, we went to, because she's from South Africa, and she goes, we went to South Africa, did this, that sounds great. She goes, we're going to go to Japan next. I go, I'm jealous. She started talking about Japan, she's telling me all this stuff, and I'm going, oh, that's it. You're putting a spur in my head.
Yeah.
You know, the seed is there, and I go, look, we from when the time comes, and we've got the urge to, I go, it's definitely on my bucket list, Japan.
It would be good to go with Andrew too. I wouldn't mind going with him.
Yeah,
because
I'm pretty much almost certain that that's going to happen.
Look, I don't know why people get so apprehensive about it. Like, if it's financial, I get it, right? Fair enough.
Look, anything can be financial.
Yeah, but look,
fair enough, yeah.
The money I spent on the bike that I just bought for no fucking reason whatsoever, that would have been enough for 3 weeks in Greece.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In hindsight. And the thing is, I honestly have said to myself, I want to get a bit of discipline going where I'm putting shit away, even if I'm not seeing it, even if it's $100 every 2 weeks, I don't care. Just so I can look at it in 6 months and say, hey, there's enough for a ticket there. Fucking lock it in, man. 3 weeks, I don't care. I'll stay with relatives if I have to, if I'm dead broke and I can't afford to stay in a hotel just to make it work. Because like, outside of family, like, forget the family element, right? Forget going there and seeing people that you haven't seen in years, or, you know, you want to reconnect with your family. It was a different feeling last year when I went to Greece, man. Because I think because I'm older, my Greek's a lot better than it was back in the day. And I'm trying to keep contact with a lot of people as well that I normally probably let sort of go a bit. I don't know, man. It's this, like, we were born here, we were raised in Greek. We were all raised the same way, all of us. I guarantee you, everyone here at this table. We were raised with the same canons in our head about what Greece was and what it represents. When you get there, you would have seen it for sure. I definitely saw it last year. It opens up this part in your brain that you
does.
Yeah, I was on the train, man. I was on the train from Athens heading into the city, and I was just looking at the outside, and I'm just seeing olive trees everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I called my dad's brother, and he knew that I was gonna come. He just didn't know when. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, I'm like, yeah, do with that. He goes, where are you? I go, well, and I said the name of the station that I was passing. I go, well, I'm passing this. I go, I'll be in. He's like, you're in Greece. I go, yeah, man. He lost his mind. And I hung up, and when you get off at it more, like you start walking the streets and you see just being around this shit that you've grown up in. You know what I mean? And everyone's on the same page. Everyone has your mentality, has your language, has the same outlook.
Correct.
You just connect, man. You connect to the dirt. You know what I mean?
You do. That's a very good point that you raised.
Yeah.
You do connect to the dirt. But how imposing is, you're sitting there and you're seeing literally thousands and thousands of tourists coming past. You've got this Parthenon, and it's this most imposing piece that you'd ever see in your life. And in the evening, when the lights go on it, I don't think there's anything more imposing.
Well, it's as iconic as like the Eiffel Tower and stuff like that.
Like the Eiffel Tower.
That's what I'm saying.
French.
No, but I don't know why the Germans say, the Germans.
But how imposing is that icon?
I've gone every time I've gone to Greece. I've gone to see the Parthenon. Like I've gone up.
I've been to Greece a number of times and never seen it.
I've never
seen it.
I've never been to Parthenon.
Never.
In Ermou, like on the Chapel Street of like Athens, you can see it.
It's there.
It's just there.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I went, I literally just stopped in my tracks. I'm like, fuck.
Gobsmacking.
Like, that's it. That's the fucking building that we've died to protect for thousands of years. You know what I mean?
I remember when we went in 05. Lucky my couple of Morellos, my uncle was one, and I think it was my cousin. They took us there. They were almost like a tour guide.
Yeah.
So they went out of their way, and they were like taking us, so you're here, yeah, the Parthenon's there, but got to go see this, got to take you here, got to take you there. So they went out of their way and they took us around to all the things to see. So in hindsight, that was really good.
And coming back to what I initially said, there is a lot more of that appreciation today. A lot more. And all we can do, because don't forget, we're investing in that economy as well.
Is it the fact that COVID hit and they struggled a bit? And now
it was pre-COVID as well. There was a momentum change pre-COVID. And the only reason why I say that is because Georgia's been going to Greece now for the last 10 years. So she's seen a lot. And for me now, in that period, I've been twice. And the first time, it was good. This one was better. In terms of just the overall persona of it.
But don't forget, like, half of your mates from here and your family were there. So it's a different...
That helps.
You know what I mean? Like, the
helps.
next one, it might be you and your year. It might be a different holiday again.
Yeah,
but literally, this time was literally every...
Yeah, it was good.
Everyone related to you was there.
Really good. So, big tick, guys, as we close off on that. Absolutely big tick. And I know you're doing it next year, and you're doing it next year, and you, Malaperda, you're going to do it.
We'll see.
Unless there's no slaughter or anything playing there.